goes to Philadelphia as they win at 10-7.
So not pretty, but the Eagles find a way to win again yesterday. Their first time this season as a betting underdog. Going back to last year, they're now 5-0 when not favored to win. The only team with a perfect record in that span. And of course, the game was not bereft of tush-push drama. It was, after all, the Packers who sponsored the proposal to make the play illegal at the annual meetings last year. Multiple Eagles linemen got away with egregious false starts on 3rd and 1 for their first down of the game on a Jalen Hurts tush-push conversation. I've said it a million times. And I know that the fans in Philadelphia get upset because they feel like they're being singled out. I love the Eagles.
They are.
They're an unbelievably good team. They are so good in so many ways beyond this. The tush-push is an abomination. They cannot officiate it. Dan, everyone is moving early.
You could officiate it. Just throw it. I mean, there's a flag. You just take it out of your pocket and you throw it on the ground.
Greeny,
That's it.
They literally missed the same ball with the Packers before that, not on a QB. So it's don't say it's one play. If we have an officiating problem, fix officiating. It has nothing to do with that play in particular. If the guy moves before the snap, call it. No. Whether it's a QB sneak, whether it's tush-push, because the QB sneak ain't going away either. So whatever that is, learn to officiate that play because it's going to look exactly the same. Stop belly aching about the tush-push. Blame it on one. They had the same call and missed it both times.
No, they've established a rule that the Eagles are allowed to do it and no one else is allowed to do it. They called it on the Packers. They don't call it on the Eagles. Yes, they call it on the second time. They can't officiate it. This is the easiest thing in the world. They have video assists now, right? Like referees change calls in 15 seconds because someone in New York calls them up and says, no, they all moved early there. Bring that one back and then do it and just call it. How are they not doing that?
Really not supposed to do that.
Yeah, you don't say that out loud. Yeah.
But put it in for this reason, if nothing else. It's so blatantly obvious.
22 of the 32 teams voted to eliminate the play last spring.
I'd like a word with the other 10.
You only need two more. And honestly, I think there's a pretty good chance.
Y'all going to love that inside zone play that everybody gets stuffed on. Good luck for that.
I love that the two DBs on the table are sitting there like, yeah. I would have never been involved in that play. So
something's gone terribly wrong in my life if I'm in something like that.
Creep down and come off the edge.
Something up.
That ain't my business. That down there ain't my business.
I'm going to help you up.
Then let's talk about something else. The Eagles offense. So we spent the beginning of this show, if you're just joining us, talking about the Packers offense. Summation of that conversation, not so good. Eagles offense, also not as good as it should be. The group seems it is lesser than the sum of its parts. It's effective. Right. They win all the time. Kind of hard to argue. But you got A.J. Brown, when they throw him that ball on that ridiculous 4th down call at the end of the game, for one brief moment you think to yourself, oh, yeah, he's on this team.
Right?
Like you've forgotten he was even on the field, Dan.
Man had to put his book down to go run this route. Look, I mean, it's awesome that the Eagles know how to find a way to do enough to win every game. You're allowed to do more than just enough to win. Like, you can do that. You can go out and light it up like they did in the Super Bowl. Like, there's something missing with this offense this year that they were able to get to last year, even while they were having their struggles. And they just don't seem to be able to get to it reliably this year.
I mean, the something is the explosive runs from Saquon. And
right.
Like, that was it wasn't that they're calling these games differently or more aggressively or less aggressively than they did last year. Like, right now, they're calling a good amount of runs to Saquon. Yeah. He's just getting 3 and 4 rather than 60. And so, like, I don't like that they approach these games as if they're the underdog all the time. Like, as if they don't have weapons. I wish they were more aggressive, but they call these games in a way that's like, all right, we're not going to give it to you. We're not going to give you a chance or our mistakes to cause us to lose. We're going to be patient, and if we have to throw it, we're going to throw it.
All right, so let me put this in perspective. The Eagles' offense could be more explosive, no doubt. I would like to see a little more of A.J. one-on-one. Let's find a way to get him quick slant, quick game, whatever you want to say. However, I understand that part. However, let's not forget, winning is the main point of what we do. And offensively, they've scored 30 3 times. They scored 20 they scored 10. That's all they needed last night with the way their defense played. So they beat the Rams, they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Packers last night. They beat the Vikings. Like, they've beaten everybody you want them to beat, and they find ways to win. So we can say it's not sexy, it's not as exciting, it's not whatever, but the bottom line is they find ways to win, and they continue to do that each week.
That's indisputable, right?
Yeah.
So that is actually an argument no one can counter.
Yeah.
Because ultimately winning is the objective and they're winning.
Right.
So no one is saying it's contrary to that. But I would like to sort of flip it back to something you said at the very beginning. Do they coach like they don't trust their own quarterback?
To a certain extent, I feel like you go into a week, and you guys know this when you're game planning, and as a coaching staff, you develop a plan that you feel like for this week is going to help you win this football game. It seems as though from week to week with the Eagles, they go into games with different plans in a sense when it comes specifically to Jalen Hurts and his ability to throw the ball. They're playing the Minnesota Vikings, who on the defense attacks you, and they force you to have to get the ball down the field. That game, the Eagles came out, and Jalen Hurts had one hell of a game throwing the ball to his receiver. It looked like last night the plan was we're going to line up, we're going to bring 6 offensive linemen, we're going to run the ball. So, Greeny, specifically to your question, is it a Jalen Hurts trust thing or is it more of a game plan thing? I don't know for sure, but it's hard to figure out because last night it looked like they didn't want him to take chances.
It's the best point. And let me explain this. When Jim Moore was my first head coach in Indy, and they ended up bringing Tony Dungy over, and Tony sat with our offense and talked about
is that you won't always get the breaks, and if you do not have experience taking these chances when you're going to need to take those chances, it's going to be a lot harder. I think I respect the game plan point, and they have been effective in this. It's really impossible to push back on the results that they've had. It doesn't look like how we like it, but you see that they're very sensitive to game script. Like the plays that as soon as they got that play from Saquon, we're going up top. This is our chance. Like you can tell that it's a well-coached team. It's not coached in a way that all of us like, but they're well coached.
A.J. Brown had 3 targets last night, 2 receptions, 13 yards. He's just so good. You know?
I get it. A screen or 2 early on in the game just to get them going would be nice.
Right? Like in Chicago, the first pass goes to Odunze because he didn't catch one last week. Right. That's good coaching too.
They seem not to want to do that. Look, no one can take away from them this entire. If I'm an Eagles fan, here's what I'm frustrated about. We just won a huge road game on Monday Night Football, and these dopes on Get Up just spent 8 minutes complaining about the tush push and that we don't throw the ball enough to our receivers.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it too.
The team is great.
Give them a single.
And they're the defending Super Bowl champs, and they may very well win the whole thing again. But these things are impossible not to notice.
We judge them on a different scale than we do other teams. They won the Super Bowl. Like we would expect that to happen again, or at least for it to come close. So they don't. Right now, the offense does not look like one that's
Eagles fans. They don't want to hear us saying these bad things.
Yeah, but they're
saying the same damn thing. You know any Eagles fans
on the streets in New York, they say it. They'd be like, "I like your fight, but we're gonna get better. We're gonna get better."
I get a lot of questions about what's wrong with our offense.
I'm gonna apologize just a little bit. I got to be out there.
Let me get a quick note in on the Packers side of it again. Their loss officially opens up the NFC North for any team to